Joe Staley Media here at the Gadget Show Live for the 3rd year running, and we've been given the privilege of being sat in the studio to do our intros. So I'll pass you on to Trent now, who's going to tell you a little bit about Sniper Elite V2.
Now, we're all like shooters, but there are always different kind of people who play the shooters. Some people like going in with a shotgun, some like running around with an assault rifle, and there are those who like to hand back with a sniper rifle. And for those people, there's always been Sniper Elite. But now there's a new Sniper Elite V2, and here's Steve to tell us more about it. So Steve, for those who don't know much about Sniper Elite history, tell us a little bit about the history of the series.
Yeah, sure. So Sniper Elite was released back in 2005 to great critical acclaim, and it's all about lone wolf type stealth third-person gameplay where you're dropped into Berlin, you're expected to survive alone through that area, taking part in the final days of World War II, where the Russians are in the area and they're fighting off the remnants of the Nazi regime. So really, it's your job to weave through that sort of scenario, really, between these two armies. And with Sniper Elite V2, we're right back where we were with the first one. This time we're concentrating on V2 rockets. We have both factions in there, so we're looking to engage Russian troops and the last of the Nazis as well, as we try to achieve our objectives in securing V2 technology and the brains behind it.
Cool. So for those who are looking for a different sort of shooter experience, what is Sniper Elite V2 going to bring to the table that other modern shooters just don't have?
Yeah, so there's two key areas, I think, to Sniper Elite V2. This is what separates us from the pack. Obviously, as you've seen, the fantastic kill cams that we've got in the game. So there's the X-ray kill cams, which really show the damage that a bullet can deal to the human body. Really makes you think about your actions that much more. But also, and importantly, is with the gameplay style. So we've really looked to slow the pace down in this from the run and gun type titles of CODs and Battlefields. So what we have with Sniper is a thinking man shooter where you really need to pause before you look to engage the enemy. So you sort of take that extra bit of time as you look to engage and work your way through any scenario that the game presents you with. And that's kind of key to us, you know, this idea of being presented with a scenario and you being able to assess it before going loud.
So when are we going to be able to buy it in the shops, and what consoles and stuff is it available for?
It's out on 360, PS3 and PC, street date of 4th May. The demo should be out now on all 3 platforms. So yeah, grab it and let us know what you think.
So there you have it, Thinking Man Shooter, download the demo. Steve, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Okay, so I've been playing a bit of Sniper Elite V2 here. It's very easy to get to grips with. I don't usually play on a PC, I usually play on a console, and the controls are very simple. It looks really nice. I mean, it's only a demo build, but it already looks beautiful, and it really plays really smoothly. The X-ray bullet cams are a really nice feature, and they really kind of give you a real sense of achievement when you manage to get someone. By the looks of things, they factor in bullet drop-off and wind and all kinds of cool stuff, so you definitely have to think about your shots and what you're doing. But there's also the option, I mean, I had a Thompson machine gun on my back, and so there's obviously the option to go a bit loud if you need to, and there's kind of general stealth options like neck snaps and stuff like that. I mean, from the level that I've played, obviously I don't know how the story's going to pan out, but it definitely looks like something very different from sort of Gears of War or Army of Two or other third-person shooters. So download the demo and see for yourself.
Hello, I'm here with James from G-Form, and from what we've seen, you can drop anything from a bowling ball to bricks to whatever onto expensive objects or inexpensive objects, and it won't break. And he's going to tell us how that happens, because I've got no idea.
Right, okay, so just to demonstrate the impact protection with G-Form, just a quick demonstration with some M&Ms. So we've got 2 packs of M&Ms. Okay, now this is a competitor's pad. This is some knee pads of a competitor, obviously spongy stuff. So we're going to put this in here like that. Get a packet of M&Ms. Put that in there like that. And that one over there. Put this down for safety reasons. This is a 12-pound bowling ball, fairly heavy. Okay, and we will put this in here, 3 foot, and we should drop it. You see how that bounces? The reason why it bounces is because it doesn't absorb the impacts. Yeah. Okay, so if we take that out, take these out, you can see they are fairly crushed.
Yeah.
Fairly crushed. Okay, so now we use G-form, which is lightweight, flexible. This is obviously what you put on your knees, elbows, etc. And I put that in there. Same pack of M&Ms again. Put that straight on top of there. Again, small lightweight pad. Chuck that on there. Same 12-pound bowling ball. Okay, now watch how the impact is absorbed on this. The impact is just deadened. It just goes dead. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, we have a look. Completely intact, as they were. Completely intact. G-form. There you go.
How much would for example, one of the iPhone cases that we've got down here, how much would those cost?
In the shops they are $39.99.
So for 40 quid you can protect your iPhone from stupid damages and droppages.
We've got loads of videos on YouTube. One of the videos is there to play ice hockey with the iPhone in the case, use it as an ice puck, hit it at like 80 miles an hour, do a slap shot with it. So all sorts of uses for it.
Well, check out G-form if you want to protect your valuables, because that was remarkable.
Hi, I'm Nicola. I'm here with JSM Event Coverage, and I'm here with Rob Young, who is going to tell me a little bit more about the this fantastic table that I'm sitting at.
Yep, the Pondable, basically an idea I had 8 years ago. Very, very basically, it is a pond set within an outdoor table. So you sit round on your patio when you're having your barbecue and you enjoy the fish while you're eating. It's very, very basic. Obviously it has to be easy, because that's what people want these days, so it's an easy to look after pond. It takes about 5 minutes once a month to look after one of these, and the water will stay clear.
So what gave you this idea?
I've always been mad on fish, basically, and my wife said to me, no more ponds in the garden. So I started thinking to myself, I know how I can get a pond in the garden, I can get one on the patio. So that's how it came about. Yep. All heated, all fully filtered, all lights up at night, so the whole shebang. And it also converts into a full table at night as well. This cover here goes over, and then you have full table, so you can have all your serving dishes out, your potato salads and all that as you would normally. It's obviously safe for children as well. They can't fall in accidentally, they'd have to climb to get in there.
So what sort of price are you looking at for one of these then?
They range from 1,500, which is our smallest version, which we call the Tiny. This model that we're looking at now is 2,500, and the largest one we do, which is this table but square, is 3,500. That includes delivery and installation, all handmade, Iroko table, insulated fish pond, filters, heaters, lights, everything, chairs, cushions, parasol, the whole shebang. Yeah, that's right.
Right, so I've just been having a bit of time with The Witcher 2 on Xbox 360. Well, I've heard a lot about the game, and it's great to have some time with it. It's a very smooth action RPG. The dialogue is very adult. It feels a lot like Game of Thrones style. There's swearing and stuff in it, but it doesn't feel overbearing or juvenile at all. It feels very grown up, and not in the kind of usual way where there's lots of swearing and stuff. The combat is simple to use. It revolves around using a weapon like a sword with 2 different kinds of attacks, as well as blocking and dodging, as well as using spells. But there's an emphasis on picking a single spell to be able to use at one time, so there's obviously a lot of strategy involved. I'm really excited to get some more time with the game. It's out now, so go and pick it up if it's like your thing. And here's a little bit snippet of the trailer.
Alright, so what you see Joe playing here is the upcoming game in the UK, Rocksmith from Ubisoft. Already released in America. What Rocksmith is the evolution of the music genre for video games. Instead of using a little plastic toy to play the game, what Joe's actually using is a real electric guitar, which is provided by Gibson, to play the game. And what he's doing is hitting the kefs corresponding to what's happening on screen. Now, the reason we decided to go with a real guitar is we figured everybody has a secret desire to learn a musical instrument, and what better instrument is there than a guitar? Everybody wants to be a rock star, really. So what Joe's doing here is he's actually playing a song from the history of rock on an actual electric guitar, not a toy. So what the game does is it teaches you how to play the guitar from scratch. It teaches you how to tune the guitar, it teaches you how to play the guitar, modify the amps, everything like that. The game is built for novices who want to play the guitar but are too daunted to actually play it. It gives you all the options, tutorials via videos, paragraph walkthroughs as well, and eventually what its goal is for example, is for Joe to play this song a few times on Rocksmith and then turn the game off and be able to play it without the help of Rocksmith on the screen. As you can see there on the screen as well, the notes, they can be in quick succession, which is higher difficulty, or they can come extremely slow to teach you slowly and take your time so you learn exactly what you're doing. Joe kicked in straight into the deep end, I think, to proving that he's going to go, let's just do it, which is great. Now, the game is already launched in America. There you go, Joe. The game's already launched in America. It's launching here in Europe and the UK the beginning of October. It'll be coming in 3 packages, the guitar, the game and the cable, or you could just buy the cable and the game separate as well. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. The game will be launching at $39.99, $59.99 with the cable, and recommended RRP for the guitar will be between £150 and £160 with the game and cable included with the Gibson guitar. But you don't need the guitar if you already have an electric guitar at home. It works with any electric guitar, which is great. So we'll let Joe have another go now and see if he can rock it for everybody in front of the whole screen.
I'm here with Dion Dublin, who's going to tell us a little bit more about his product.
Hi, how are you? How
I'm all right, thank you.
This is my brand new product. It's called the Jube. I invented it 7 years ago, and I was looking down the lens then. Sorry, I'll speak to the interviewer instead. Sorry about that. This is something I invented 7 years ago on my own after training.
Okay.
Norwich City. Decided to make the first cube myself. It sounded okay, and I've sort of developed it. And there's 4 playable sides to the Jube. I walk around here. And it's great for schools. I put numbers and letters on for schools so I can teach the younger children, and it goes all the way to the top to people like Carl Brazilla, who plays for Robbie Williams, and Courtney Pines over there, who plays on stage, and the Royal Shakespeare Company use it. So it's been a slow process. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's big, but it's finding its feet, and people like yourselves are getting to hear it, and you're giving me a chance for a bit of exposure, which is great for a small company just starting out.
Yeah, definitely. So what gave you the idea in the first place?
Well, while I've been playing football, I've not had a chance to really explore my musical love, which is percussion. And as soon as I retired, I've done it straight away and had a go at it, and been in a fortunate situation where I can afford to have a go at something. I'm going to give it every chance I possibly can,
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, so just had a few minutes on Spec Ops: The Line, which is a new game coming from Jaeger, being published by 2K Games. I've heard a little bit about it, but not much. But playing through it, it's very, very smooth third-person shooter. Very familiar to people who would have played Army of Two, Gears of War, those kinds of games. It looks lovely, as you can see, and it's got a really interesting feature that I've been waiting for in games for a while. Either your squad will ask you, like there's a guy on a billboard, and the guy said, should I take him out? And if you hold down the right bumper and look at the guy and then release it, you can tell your sniper to take him out. And the game seems to think about what kind of situation you need to be in. So I was getting pounded by a machine gun in a bus, and my squad just went, do you want us to stun him? And I was like, yeah, do it. And all I got to do is tap RB. There's no complications. It seems like it might work a little bit better than the binary domain system, which was a little bit more slapdash. The game's not out for a while. You're going to have to wait till the 29th of June. I'm sure there'll be a demo on Xbox Live soon enough so you can try it out. It also comes out for PS3 and PC as far as I know, so give it a crack.
I'm here with Bruce from the keyboard company, and we've noticed a keyboard in a fish tank. So I want him to tell us a bit more about that, because I'm always spilling drinks on my keyboard.
Well, we've put it in the fish tank to demonstrate the waterproofness of it. And as you'll see on the laptop over there, which isn't actually in shot, but whilst I'm typing here, that's coming out on the screen over there, proving that it works even when it's submerged, which you wouldn't normally want to do, but it does show quite nicely how easy it is to clean this keyboard. You literally rinse it over, give it a shake, and when it's dry enough to put on your desk, you put it on your desk and you're working away. And there we are. Simple as anything, not very expensive, and solves all those problems about people sneezing on their keyboards. And if you've seen the research, what they find on keyboards is not nice. So that solves all those problems. Mice to go with them, wireless mice, wireless keyboard available as well, and there's a keyboard with silver nitrate antibacterial built into it, which helps again on the hygiene front. So fantastic range of keyboards from Seal Shield in America, and we've got them in stock in the UK from the keyboard company.
How much would one of these retail for?
Retail price on these is £29 plus VAT, or grab one at the show, we're doing 20% off.
Cool, and is the waterproofness all on all of the keyboards, or is it just a specific range?
Not all of our keyboards here today, but all of the Silver Seal keyboards, which are all the ones on the top shelf and the mice and the middle shelf. So there's a good range. You've got full-size keyboards, minis, wireless mice, even mice with a wheel in. This is the bit that's really hard to make waterproof. But they got there in the end, and we've got these in stock, and it all works. You can put these on your desk or on someone else's desk, let's say, and not tell them it's waterproof. And it feels and works like an ordinary keyboard, which is important because there's lots of industrial keyboards and it's like trying to type on it. So it's usability and washability all in one pretty neat little package.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
What is it? It's yellow and black, and it has an iPod on top of it, but it doesn't look like any dock that I've ever seen, and it does look very sleek and very beautiful. But what is it really? Is it a speaker? Is it a dock? Is it an ornament? I don't know, but Daniel's here to tell us about it. It's called Orbit. It's called the Soundbar, and it's from Orbit Sound. So tell us, what is it and what does it do?
Oh, this is the answer. If you've got a lounge with a TV, you haven't got a lot of space, but you want really good sound from your TV. So this is a sound bar. It takes the sound output from your TV and just fills your room with sound. And we're doing it in a way that's unlike anyone else out there. We have a system that makes a spatial stereo sound that is the same for all listeners. So it doesn't matter where you are, everyone gets the same sound.
Awesome. So there's an iPod docked in there, and it's also connected to this TV. What other things can you connect it to?
Oh, loads of stuff. I mean, basically, our preferred way of connecting it is with optical to the TV. So you may have your Xbox plugged into the TV, or a Blu-ray, or a set-top box, and it just basically takes the sound output from the TV and does that. Or you might have a CD player, you might have, I don't know, some other kind of MP3 device. There's other sound inputs on the back for that as well. There's a total of 4 inputs on this device.
So what's the science bit then? How does it do what it does without obviously giving away too many secrets?
Ooh, no, we can share that with you. That's fine. It's an invention that came from my father and myself back about 6 years ago now, and we invented a way of creating spatial sound from a single point. Now what that means is, if you think about normal stereo, you have a speaker on the left, a speaker on the right. Each speaker's kind of trying to influence your 2 ears independently. That's fine if you sat in the middle, but as soon as you move to one side, you get one speaker more than the other and everything gets messed up. What we're doing is completely different. This device, you've got 6 speakers on the front, which all produce mono. That's most of what you hear. And then we create a second signal which makes your ears respond differently to one another, and that comes out the sides. But the clever part is that the signal that comes out the sides is the same on both sides. So it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you can hear both of the signals, and they don't even have to be the same level, you get a spatial stereo experience. And no one else is doing that.
So basically, no matter where you are in the room, you get the same quality of sound as everyone else in the room.
Absolutely. If you're watching a movie and a gunshot fires, a helicopter goes over, if I'm sitting over on the left-hand side of the screen, it'll go across like that. If you're sitting over there, you get exactly the same experience in the same direction. It's kind of takes a while to get used to, but it works out great. Yeah.
Sounds like it'd be awesome for games. So is it on the market? And if it is, how much will it set you back?
All right. Well, this device is called the T12. It is on sale now for £300, £299. For that, you get the soundbar. It comes with a subwoofer as well. At this show, we're doing a special with coloured fascias. You can choose the colour of the front panel you want. That's on sale now.
And where can we get that? Can we get it from retailers or the website or internet or?
Yeah, it's available on our website, orbitsound.com. You can get it through John Lewis, you can get it through a lot of other retailers. You can check out the website for a list, see where you can get it from most locally.
Awesome, so get your friends round, get your Xbox on, plug it in Gears of War 3 and have a banging time where you can all hear the same thing. Thanks Daniel, that's brilliant. Cheers.
Hi, I'm here with Colin from classicjukeboxes.co.uk, and he's here to tell us about these, which are quite vintage looking but have a modern twist to them.
Yeah, well, it's almost a misnomer for us to be at the Gadget Show because first impressions are that it's not a gadget, it's a very retro product. It's quite unusual that everything in this show is becoming more compact, more high-tech, and invariably made in the Far East. We hand build all these products in the UK, and although they are fairly old technology, we are including elements of modern technology. This would have been in its early days a vinyl jukebox playing actually 78 RPM records, which were 12 inch in size. It went then to the 45 RPM, the smaller 7-inch single, and many years ago we made the commercial decision to make this jukebox with CD because it did offer more choice of the number of tracks available. And now we're going to the stage where people do like the retro look of the machine, i.e. the visible mechanism, but also we can incorporate within it now a streaming system such as Sonos, where you can download your own music direct from the internet and have access to 30,000 radio stations worldwide.
So you could get an iPod dock in the front?
Oh yes, in actual fact you will see round the stand that a lot of them do have iPod docks built into them.
Okay, and what about the front readout? Say if you've got an iPod, so obviously these are paper-based, could you get a digital one, for example?
Yeah, the two technologies, and as you know Apple are very protective of its technologies, the two technologies do not talk to each other, so the iPod display is actually still on the iPod and the paper display with titles is on the front of the jukebox. It's unlikely that Apple will ever share that technology with us, and we won't share ours with them.
Okay, and how much could you pick one of these up for if someone wants one, even just in the living room, let alone a bar?
Well, funny, 30 years ago you would never dream that someone would want a jukebox in their home, so it wasn't a domestic item. But now they're about £5,000, £5,000 to £6,000. They don't depreciate as much as most modern things like remember plasma screens? Yeah. They would now be depreciated by 95% from their original cost price, because so many people get into like the vintage look of these. The depreciation is very little, so for maybe £5,000 or £6,000 you can own one of these and it will be the same value in 5 years time, 10 years time.
Okay, well thanks very much and hope to see you soon.
Yes, thank you.
That's it from the Gadget Show Live. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. I know we had a blast filming it. Just stay tuned next year. We'll be back at Gadget Show Live 2013.